visiting with Ivy Hayes. Your overall thoughts on ending your wrestling career here at Lead-Deadwood High School?
Really good. It's a great sport and it's definitely a great workout. It's mentally and physically challenging, but it's like worth it.
How have you improved over the years since you first started? You started, what, 3 or 4 years ago?
3 years, and yeah, I'd say pretty big improvement. I maybe won like 10 matches my sophomore year, and then I ended up like this year losing like less than that. So that's like pretty big improvement.
Okay. Went out to the state tournament. Tell us about take us through your matches out there.
Yeah, my first match, it was pretty fast. I kind of just wanted to get it done with so I could have like good confidence going into the second session. And I pinned her in about like a minute 20 maybe. My second match, that one was kind of scary walking into it. I had a lot of nerves because I lost to the girl that prior week to get to state. But definitely like I had enough like support and I got like pumped up enough and I just went out there, wrestled free because I was like last time wrestling, and I think I won like 16-3 with a major decision. And then the next day it was a little rough. It was semis and I lost to a girl. And then it was hard to build off that after just losing in the semis, but and then it was like a wrestle back and I don't really know the score. I don't remember. It was like 7-2. And then the next day for placings for my third and fourth match, I also lost to some girl. I don't know.
So how did it feel being on the podium?
It felt pretty good. Definitely because I never placed the last 2 years I wrestled, and then to come out and be top four was pretty good feeling.
And of course, graduation's coming up before you know it, right?
Yeah.
And what's your plans for after graduation?
To major in nursing and become a NICU nurse.
Any choice of a college yet?
Still deciding.
All right, well, best wishes and good luck.
Thank you.
Eddy Adkins, congratulations on making the state wrestling tournament and for placing. How did that feel to be on the podium?
It felt good. It was rewarding placing higher than I did the previous year, but I was hoping to place higher, but it's all right.
Take us back to a few years when you started wrestling.
My freshman year, that's when I started. I did really bad. I only won like 5 total matches. So the improvement from that my freshman year to this year winning like 38 matches is really rewarding.
Take us through your matches at the state tournament.
My first match, I wrestled a Hot Springs girl who I've wrestled multiple times over the season. And so it was kind of nervous going out there knowing like anything could happen because we wrestled so much. But I ended up winning that match. Then my second match, I had to wrestle the 2 seed. So I had to wrestle her at regions. And I wrestled her really good. But then at state, I ended up losing to her. So that was sad. But then my third match, I wrestled a girl from Watertown, and I ended up losing that match too, but I wrestled her at the start of the year and lost in like 30 seconds. And then at state, I ended up going all 3 periods, so that was good. And then my fourth match, I ended up winning that match, which was like deciding if I was going to place or not, so that was really good. And then my placing match, I went for 5th and 6th and got 6th place.
All right, congratulations. And how about your plans for after graduation?
I'm going to be attending USD to be a physical therapist.
Okay. All right, well, again, congratulations on a great wrestling season and a great career here.
Thank you.
Zack Clement, congratulations on a really good wrestling season for the Golddiggers. Kind of take us through the year from the beginning of the season and talk about, let's start with the girls.
Yeah, starting with the girls, from the very beginning, we had a good first tournament, and those senior girls really did a good job of leading the rest of the group throughout the year and kind of hitting their stride at the end of the year, doing a good job at both regions and states and kind of giving us something to look at next year.
Yeah, you've been around wrestling a long time. What do you see in the improvement on the girls' side from, say, 3 or 4 or 5 years ago up until now?
Well, on the girls' side, I think the improvement is those girls are getting a lot more technical than they were at first. At first, it was kind of like a, you know, just a roll around match most of the time, and whoever threw the best headlock won. But now, you know, the girls are getting a lot better with their technique. You can tell some of the girls are putting some time in the off season and really improving quickly with that. And all around, it's just a better product than it was a few years ago.
You had 3 girls go to state. Let's talk about the experience out there.
Yeah, I think our group did really well. We all wrestled above our seed. It was nice. Even, Cece didn't end up making the podium, but that first match, the girl from Miller that she pinned, she had lost to in the Rapid City Invite, so showing some improvement there. Eddy got 6th this year. I think she got 7th last year. But in her quarterfinals match, she was winning 3-2 with short time left, before we had a slip up there. Otherwise, I think, she had the potential to make it to Saturday night, but wrestled hard, came back, and really won a match on the backside. Had kind of a tougher go around in that in the consolation semis, and then in her 5th place match, than she would have on the front side. So Ivy's match went really well for her. She avenged a loss in the quarterfinals that she had at Regions. Tough girl in the semifinals. I think we wrestled her 4 times this year, 4 or 5, and we were 0-4 against her. Made little improvements the whole time, but overall, she wrestled her best tournament out in Sioux Falls, I feel like.
Let's talk about some of the other girls on the team.
Yeah, we have a lot of up and comers. Aubrey Morrison is probably the one to start with. She wrestled 100 pounds for us. I think the highest weight I saw for her on a sheet this year was 84 pounds. And the girl just loves to wrestle, gives it her all. You can tell with that weight discrepancy, that's kind of holding her back, and I'm looking forward to the things she can do. The 2 Lee sisters that wrestled for us, Chloe and Kyla, both of those girls were, a lot better at the end of the season than they were at the beginning of the season. Avenged some losses, wrestled some of the girls that they lost to at the beginning of the year tougher at the end of the year. Overall, showed some really good improvement, and I'm happy with that group of girls. And then we had Nevada McMahon, was our final senior. And, I know our goal there was to make it to state, and we came up a little short, but Nevada put more time in the off season last year, and she had the biggest improvement record-wise from the previous year to this year, and I think that's a tribute to all of the work she put in the off season and the way she showed up in the room every night. Really pushed her limits, and I think we got the most out of her we could have. She worked her tail off.
Mm-hmm. And Coach, how about the boys?
So we had a 7th grader, Max Keller, and 2 freshmen, Wace Kammerer and Garrett Kolsky. Pretty young kids, all wrestled around that 500 record or just a little below, so a lot of stuff to look forward to. Max got 6th place at Regions. That was probably for Regions on the boys' side, that was probably the highlight of our Saturday was, him finding a way to make it into one of those placing matches. But the other 2 kids wrestled really tough on Saturday and also had steady progression throughout the year.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking time to visit about the Golddiggers wrestling team.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.